Good evening, everyone. It's Jerry and Pete, the Whaler guys. We're One Nation Under Green. We're the guys, and you're the brigade. And you know what? We need your help. Why do we need their help, Pete?
Whew, man, I thought that we were all set. So we got all those petitions signed. It took forever. Got a bill. All of a sudden, Kurt Vail, January 10th, puts the bill out there, and we're like, hey, the license plate bill is on there. Should sail through, no problem, since it's for charity, for crying out loud. But anyway, so, there's going to be a public hearing coming up on Monday. That's this Monday, January 30th at 11 a.m. at the General Legislature building. It's going to be in front of the Transportation Committee, which they run, the DMV and Public and National Highways. Now, we do need to continue to push to have this done because there's several things here that kind of make it a little bit more different. I guess there's 47 vanity license plate in Connecticut. That's a bit much, isn't it?
Ours is the most important.
Yeah, the Whaler one is probably one of the more important ones. So we need to get that through. Also, talking to some of the legislators, they sometimes get bills put in front of them that they have not heard about or don't have a lot of background information. This is one of them. This Whaler license plate is kind of still unknown. I mean, if you're a Whaler fan, you've been paying attention to us, you know about the license plate, but a lot of legislatures don't. So it's very important that you contact your legislature and say, hey, Bill 5389, Whaler license plates. We need an identity in Hartford. We need an identity in Connecticut. We need a plate of our own.
And it's us.
Yeah.
It's our childhood. It's our tradition. It's the Whalers' tradition.
Yeah.
Yes, we don't have a hockey club right now, but you know what? We have heard lately that there has been talk about how much support the Whalers would bring to Hartford, especially with all the building downtown. We need this to be a staple and a platform to shoot to the next level, which is obviously the XL Center, and then shooting for an NHL club.
Right. I mean, this is the type of thing where you could put a license plate on your car. It's going to generate some momentum, some talk. People are going to want one. We have about 430 signatures online, and we have another couple hundred, handwritten signatures. I think it would be better if we even got more participation, more signatures. This way when you go in front of the legislature, you go, this many people signed up to make this happen. It's going to the Hartford Foundation for Public Giving, which does a lot of, it's a diverse charity, does a lot of impact. So that's really the good point. I mean, this is a no-brainer from pretty much every layman's standpoint.
I mean, we have plates, and we talked about this on the off-air show, which was there's plates for Penn State, UConn, Red Sox, Yankees.
Yeah, dogs, cats, kids' playgrounds.
Save the sound. This is another one that we can offer Whaler fans. And, for the legislative body to say, oh, there's 47, that could be too much, or the DMV saying we have too many.
Yeah.
What do you mean? It's revenue. And at this point, the state needs revenue. I hate to bring that up, but you know what?
Yeah.
The state needs revenue.
Yeah, I know. The DMV is kind of, I've heard some rumblings that the DMV is kind of like, well, we already got 47 plates. Another one would be more inventory, this is the plate of all plates to do for sports fans in Connecticut. I mean, this was our own professional hockey team. Hartford, Connecticut, always desperate for an identity of their own.
And before UConn got really good and became national champions over and over, whether it's the men or the women, you had the Whalers who were the WHA champions.
Yeah.
And you know what? That was our identity.
Yeah.
When ESPN came on and ESPN had Hockey Night, you had Hartford, Connecticut, you had the Mall.
Yeah.
We made the national spotlight. Yeah, we might have got blown out by a bigger team, but you know what? We were on national TV, and then came UConn.
Right.
Remember, the Whalers started this as a professional sports organization.
Right. Last night, ended up getting a call from State Representative Kurt Vail, the Stafford and Summers area, and he told me, hey, it's just a matter of getting that bill noticed by your representatives. So we really need you guys to take 2 minutes, write an email to your state representatives. Go on the Transportation Committee website. So you want to go to connecticutstate.gov, get to the Transportation Committee. You can just type it into Google. It should pop up for you. And there's an option there for testimonials. Also, go to our Whaler page if you want more information. We'll have a direct link to give testimonials because most people aren't going to be able to be there Monday at 11 o'clock. But let me give you the information on where it is. If you can make it Monday as a Whaler fan and come down and speak, you'll get about 3 minutes to speak publicly in front of the legislature, in front of the Transportation Committee, and give your 2 cents in. So this will be Monday, January 30th at 11 a.m. Transportation Committee Public Hearing 1E. Now the location room is 1E of the LOB, which is Legislative Office Building. Now that's down on Capitol Ave,
Yep.
right to the left of the state capitol. If you're facing the state capitol, there's that building there.
Or to the right of the Armory.
Yes, it's true. And you said there's a parking garage right there too as well.
I believe it's free parking.
Right.
And please dress accordingly. Meaning, if you're going to wear a Whalers jersey, wear a Whalers jersey, but don't look sloppy.
Yeah.
This is a time that our image is very important.
Yep.
Peter and I will be there. We are going to be speaking. We encourage everyone who can come out. If that means you're taking your lunch early, come on down.
Yeah.
Pack the room. Give them something to think about. And Whaler fans can be very passionate. We put up on the Whalers Brigade page on Facebook about the license plates and about how this bill was introduced. 31,000 people viewed it. 31,000. Then we put up the anniversary of the roof collapse of the Civic Center.
Yep.
And 50,000 people viewed that post.
Yeah,
so
it's a hot
between the
thing.
two of them, 80,000 people, Whaler fans probably, have viewed our posts. And you know what? This is a testimonial to all Whaler fans and hockey fans in Connecticut. We have the people in place. Now get your rear ends down there and testify in front of this transportation committee. Because if nobody shows up, then they're just going to say, we don't need that plate.
Yeah, it's an easy thing to push off. And, I want to give you here the Transportation Committee people involved with that. Their chair is Carlo Leone. The vice chair is Steve Cassano. And the members are Ted Kennedy Jr., Tim Larson, and Kathy Austin. So those are your committee members that will be there. And really, we're going to be speaking in front of probably many more legislators. And you get about 3 minutes and you get your spiel out there. And if you can't make that, make sure you do a testimonial. Jerry and I plan to be there 11 a.m. for Monday. So, but we're going to make sure we don't have any jerseys with mustard stains on them or anything like that.
We want to look squared away here.
Yeah, I want to look a little squared away. Say, hey, look, I'm a taxpayer, and this is something good. It's good for the community. It's good for charity. I mean, you gotta find a tough spot to say that hey, we can't do this because.
And Peter and I have been working on this for what, 5 years?
Yeah, really.
5 years. And if this is one thing that we as a group can be successful at, then it gives you that fight to continue for the next step.
Right.
This is very important because as a group, I think we've succeeded on many levels.
Right.
We've done the Bristol Blues. We've been out. We've had our Whaler fans there. It's been great to see, like I said during that time, putting a name with a face. You see someone on Facebook, and then all of a sudden you see them at the event. You're like, oh, you're so-and-so. That's great.
Yeah.
This is the same thing. We are such a close-knit community and a passionate community that it's important that we become successful in this. This is not about us, Peter and Jerry. It's about all of us. We are all the brigade together, and we are all Whaler fans till the day we die. Some people say we're going to live very long lives, and that's good because we want to watch our team again.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. I mean, we keep saying that it's important to get this battle done, get the plates done, because it would look really bad if we're sitting here going, well, we want the Whalers back, but we couldn't even get a license plate with a logo on it.
And this would send a
crazy.
Tremendous message to the governor
to
say, hey, now your state offers Hartford Whaler license plates.
Right. And,
now, go out and get a team, damn it.
Yeah, absolutely. And, and the NHL has been great. They've gone and said, go ahead, if you want to do the plates. Everybody's basically approved it except for this legislature, which, they need to do. So this is House Bill 5389, just so you know that, and we really need to get some momentum going on this, and Monday's really quick, which in a way is a good thing. The fact that this has already gotten a public hearing, but boy, we didn't even know about it until a couple hours ago. Yeah. So this is hot off the presses stuff. So we'll be there, and hopefully CTN will cover it. You might be able to see it there, and also we'll see if we can get some footage that we can put on the show here. So, we're really excited about that. We really would like this to work. As again, I can't stop saying it enough. It's for charity.
It is. And we're at a very interesting time in Hartford because just this afternoon they announced a new bookstore going on Front Street.
That's right.
Which is going to be the Yukon bookstore, where all the students can purchase their books to go to classes in downtown Hartford coming up next year.
Right.
And that's the other thing. This is another piece of that puzzle that we talk about. You have the downtown apartments, you have UConn, you have the potential of the XL Center being renovated, and now a license plate that is ours.
Yeah.
I mean, all these things are pieces of the puzzle that is one giant puzzle that Hartford can be successful.
Right.
And yes, for the Wolfpack fans who don't like the Whalers license plate, well, nobody's brought up the Wolfpack and nobody has said, hey, how about a Wolfpack license plate?
Yeah.
But we're going that way because we can.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And again, thank you for Kurt and Marie. Marie is the legal the lawyer involved in this, who has worked tirelessly to work with the NHL.
Yeah.
And it has been difficult because, like she said, it's a lot easier to get the Red Sox, the Yankees, the Patriots, whatever, because those teams actually exist.
Yeah.
We have a team that we're hoping to come back, but they don't currently exist right now. So the NHL has been going back and forth with the legal counsel for the House of Representatives, and we give Marie a great deal of appreciation too.
Absolutely,
Kurt did a great job, but Marie has been there every step of the way, and that's, you know, to us, that's all we can hope for, is that we have people like that willing to lend a hand with our push.
Right, and you've been watching the show. You've been seeing some pictures of some mock-up license plates. These are really just renderings. These are things we had done, not necessarily what the state is doing. So if this does pass, these license plates, you know, they could be of any kind of design. We just don't know. Let's hope we get to that point where we're trying to figure out what the plates.
Deciding a design.
Yeah, deciding a design. So, you know, if you see these plates and you're thinking that's what they're going to look like, that's not exactly what they're going to look like. We don't know exactly what they're going to look like, but we hope we get to that stage. And Monday is a big hurdle for all that.
It is, and you know, I'm excited. Peter and I, fortunately, have had the opportunity to speak in front of the cameras before, whether it's here or at the public hearing that Peter spoke in front of, because he was more controlled than I would have been, and I didn't want to take 3 steps back.
Right.
But you know, this is one of those things where we're going to put on our best act, not even act, our passion to get this plate done, to get this part of our objective done, and then it's not up to us anymore. It's up to the people of the legislation body to get this done. And you know, if they fail or they don't think is as important as it is to us, then we know where we sit.
Right.
And you vote them out of office next time.
Yeah.
But we'll see what we can do. And you know, it's really exciting with UConn hockey coming down the last 3 years. That's awesome. You know, it's a great time for hockey in Connecticut with the Wolfpack, with UConn, and potentially a license plate for our beloved Hartford Whalers.
Yeah, and you know, we've gotten good responses from you know, the legislatures that we've spoken to now. You know, Kurt Vale, of course, Representative Carney down in Old Saybrook. I believe you said, didn't you say Kennedy was a Whaler fan? Kennedy Jr.?
No, Tim Larson.
Tim
from
Larson.
East Hartford. John
Hartford.
Larson's son.
Oh, okay.
Is a big Whaler fan. John Larson, our senator in Washington, is a huge Whalers fan.
That's right.
So you know, it's one of those, I think Tim Larson at one point wanted them to move the XL Center out to East Hartford as part of the Rentschler Field campus.
Complex.
You know, and I want to keep it in Hartford, but it's nice to know that the Larsons are Whalers fans. Matthew Ritter, another representative, is a big Whaler fan, and his father was also a big Whaler fan and worked tirelessly to keep the Whalers here. Unfortunately, it didn't work. So there's a lot of passion within the representatives. It's time for them to step up and support us. You know, because we support them every election year.
And so Monday, you know, Monday, tune in to our Facebook page if you're interested.
They work for us.
Yeah, that's true. And you know, you come see our Facebook page, because we're obviously going to make some waves when we go down there. Get some pictures. We'll get some
little
pictures.
Waves. There's no reason to make big waves.
Yeah, no, I know. Not unless you're going to jump in the fountain. You know. But yeah, you know, so pay attention to our Facebook page if you want to learn more about this. And you can see, you know, we'll get some pictures up there on Monday and let you know how it goes. You know, hopefully we'll get some good results on Monday. Some positive feedback. Now, it may take a while because we've been told this is not just a public hearing for the license plates solely. There'll be a couple of bills that will be given the chance for public hearing on. So this is just one of them. And it's a good thing that, you know, hey, this is one of them that's, you know, being able to be publicly spoken about. These public hearings are not always, you know, something that they have. So
and they're they're entertaining it early on in the session.
We're going to make it entertaining.
Oh, it is entertaining. Always. Wherever we go, it's entertaining.
Yeah, we're going to.
But it's being entertained early in the session.
We got nothing to lose, so yeah, absolutely.
That's right.
Yeah.
We got a team.
Yeah.
They're just not here right now.
Yeah.
We're waiting.
They're on their way.
That's
right.
right.
The slow way.
But
yeah. So,
but the other thing we need to talk about is what is going on with UConn.
well, that's another whole issue right there. So, when we went to the Frozen Fenway. It was great to be at Fenway. It was, they had about 16,000 there, which is really not bad considering for the BU Providence game they had 19,000. So only a couple thousand less than what BC Providence.
Right.
So the couple thousand less, and UConn just played lousy. They got shut out 4-0. The puck was bouncing on the ice, but Maine didn't have trouble scoring.
That's right.
So they went back to Vermont, and they actually played fairly well in Vermont. They were close. I think they lost 4-3 or 5-4 or something like that.
5-4.
5-4. And then last night, they're in Boston College, which probably wasn't going to go well. And again, did they play that bad? I mean, they lost by 1.
Yeah, 2-1.
2-1. But now that's 3 straight losses. And guess who they play this Friday? Vermont again. So that's another tall order.
Tage Thompson got the goal last night.
Yeah.
So, he continues his point streak. But there's other guys on the team. Come on.
Yeah.
You can't rely on Tage Thompson
No.
or Latunov. You have to get others to step it up. And,
Yep.
getting 1 goal, I don't care who you're playing. Come on. You scored 4 goals against Vermont, but you didn't make it.
Yeah.
You got to get that scoring production in. And I still think to this time, as we are right now, their power play is still suffering. And you have to continue. That's when you have the man advantage. It's called an advantage for a reason. We've talked about it, whether we've been watching a Wolfpack or UConn. The other night we were talking to a Wolfpack fan at the game, and she was upset because the Wolfpack couldn't really gain the control against who they played the other night. We were there.
Oh, brother. Yeah, that was. They played Rochester on Saturday night.
And they just couldn't get control of the game. Rochester kept on scoring, and Wolfpack would score, and then finally Rochester ran away with it. But
it was
7-4.
Yeah.
And the same thing is with UConn. If they don't get out there right away and start their forechecking and control it, you're in for a long night.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's what's happening is they can't gain control right away. And you saw the Wolfpack, and it's interesting because the parallel, they became a hitting club because they were becoming frustrated. Well, when they started to hit, opportunities arose. The same thing with UConn. If UConn gets out and they get physical right away and they gain that control, they're in the game.
Yep.
The couple games that we were there and we watched, they go through the motions, but they weren't as physical as I think they should be. And by no means am I a hockey coach, but I am a very passionate spectator. As you're videotaping, I say all kinds of things, and then I find out he's videotaping. He has me on video saying inappropriate words.
All kinds of stuff.
Yeah. So we have to sit there and watch, and you're like, come on. And you have other media people who are commenting. It's just it's frustrating as a fan. I can only imagine how it is for Coach Kavanaugh or even poor Janander. He's doing whatever he can. And it's just sometimes those penalties come up, and you're like, really? Why'd you have to take the penalty?
Yeah. Well, the UConn does that, and it's almost weird. It's almost like UConn has more physicality to their game than the Wolfpack do, and it's really weird to say that because I even mean like in terms of being, chippy. UConn gets more chippy with their. They lay these big checks on. They get up, and the Wolfpack kind of they don't have any tenacity. It feels like at all. I understand they're smaller guys, and they don't really have that Dylan McElrath or that. Tanner Glass is probably their toughest guy. But I think the Wolfpack just. I hate to say it like this because they sound like like I just like violence, but they need an all-out brawl. A Wolfpack need to get excited, to get angry,
there
get
needs
to
be
get
a
frustrated.
fire lit under their behinds.
Yeah. They're pretty much out of the playoff scene right now. It would be a miracle comeback for the Wolfpack.
But you know what? They can do it. If they get a good streak alive,
Yeah.
they have the potential. They have the young talent. Tambellini's out there. He had a good game the other night. Hughes is a great physical guy, but he wasn't physical the other night.
No, he's a good shot blocker, and that's about it.
Yeah, but come on. And poor
Halverson,
he got hammered the other night. Then what's his name came in?
Skapski.
Yeah, he came in, and he was like the goalie from Slapshot. He's looking, all over. And then, but But then Halverson came back the next game, and had a good game.
He did. Actually, that was, it's funny. You see a lot of things over 40 years at the XL Center. I saw the worst open goal, open net goal I have ever seen in my life. And I don't mean to, because Merrick Hrivik is a pretty talented player.
He is.
He's actually been here since the first Whale season. He's the longest standing member of the Wolfpack currently. And he was covering the point, and the puck bounced over his stick and went over the blue line, which was bad. Then he started to fade back to try and regroup. He got to center ice, and there was a Rochester guy on him. And next thing you know, he loses the puck
right in front
of his own empty net.
Yeah.
And the Rochester scores. Remember, the guy was his second goal of his entire life since he was 12.
It was second goal of the season.
It wasn't like he got pock-picketed by Pavel Bure. I mean, this is like come on. It was the worst open net goal I've ever seen.
And you heard the air come out of the crowd.
It was like, just and to me, and I'm never really critical of Janander because I really do think he's a good coach. But this guy's been here 6 years. To make a play like that, you sit
That's
in the next
a rookie mistake.
Yeah, I mean, he could have dumped it off. He could have done anything, but it was almost like when you get pickpocketed like that, I mean, the guy chased him down the entire ice.
The benefit of this past weekend at both Wolfpack games was great crowds.
Yeah, they had good crowds.
They had very good crowds, up around 5,000.
Yeah.
And it was great to see all the families there.
Yeah.
So on a positive note, the fans came out.
Yeah.
On a negative note, the team really didn't show up.
No.
And, it was great to see, I think it was the Guns N' Hoses played on Friday.
That's right.
And they beat the Massachusetts team 7-5. Great shout out to Mike Elwood, who is the organizer of the Connecticut Guns.
Yep.
We met the guy from Massachusetts. And, it's great because he remembers coming to Hartford to see the Bruins and Whalers.
Yeah.
And he remembers the great memories. And we talked about the show and what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
And it was a great conversation. But, this was to benefit the Brian Asselton Foundation. And Brian Asselton was a police officer killed in the line of duty back in 1998-99 when he responded to a call. He was shot by the suspect who's currently in jail, but this benefits a scholarship fund that happens every year, and they do it as a benefit with Connecticut Guns and Hoses. And great job, Michael Elwood, and we appreciate what you do for the charity and for that scholarship fund and the memory of Brian Asselton and John Asselton, who's a great guy as well, his brother.
Yeah, I've been watching the Guns N' Hoses for several years. That's actually a pretty good game. Sometimes it gets a little chippy.
Oh, they got chippy.
Yeah, they did get chippy.
Yeah, they got. They said that it got a little chippy towards the end.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not surprised to see that, but at the same time, you kind of like that there's a little bit of there's a little rivalry almost as they played several years now. But yeah, going back to the Wolfpack real quick. I mean, they get blown out 7-4 on Friday night, and then that's a game where they got their tails blown off. And then the next game is a defensive showdown. They lose 3-1 with the inept empty net goal defense.
And it was too bad because they played a good game.
Yeah, they played fair enough to win that.
The 3-1, I think it was a good game.
Yeah.
They were at least in it and gave the crowd some time to cheer and whoa,
Yeah.
And it was great again to see the kids there. The kids are the young kids especially.
Yeah. And I remember saying when we went to the Friday night game, it was the Toronto Marlies they were playing.
That's who it was.
And they just smoked them 7-4. And I told you, I said, this is probably not going to be pretty. And I think they were even up 7-2 or 6-2 or 5-3. They were up 3 goals almost the whole game. And when the Wolfpack scored their 4th goal, it was like, wow, they got 4. Good for them. Yay.
Yeah.
But then the next game, they get 1 goal, and that's it.
Yeah.
And we're going to go see them tonight.
Yeah, right after
the Hershey Bears.
It was fun. I brought my brother, my sister-in-law, and my 2 nieces, and my wife. We went on Sunday, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And Peter sat with us, and he realized how much fun it is to have young children around.
Well, they got on the Jumbotron, and that's every dream.
That's
so,
right.
Yeah.
And
you might as well do that.
Feed them more sugar.
Yeah.
And nothing like a Carvel ice cream.
Right.
Watch the little child jump all over the place, 4-year-old. But no, it was a great time, and I think that's what I enjoy most about the Wolfpack. I mean, I want the Wolfpack to win, but to watch the families show up, and as much as we want the Whalers back. This is affordable hockey.
Yeah.
And so we need to take advantage of this. We need more people to come to the Wolfpack. And this past weekend was a great example of that, and I'm sure Dave Romenko and his crew and Chris Lawrence
Yep.
Of Spectra really put a lot of group sales together to get people in there, and they had hockey teams on both
Yeah, they
days.
had